Yo. We are live. Our first live stream of the season. St. Louis and Vancouver on Monday Night Hockey. Super excited. My volume's a little too loud right now. I can't really hear myself. I need to make sure the chat is actually working here. So let me first say. There you go. It is working. Beautiful. So, after a terrible performance against the Edmonton Oilers, the Canucks are back in action against the St. Louis Blues, and realistically, we just need a better performance. That's all it really is. You have a good performance, and you'll win more hockey games. And you know, the only reason why we were close in that game against Edmonton is because of Thatcher Demko. I don't actually know who's starting tonight. I believe it should be Lankinen. Yeah, it is Lankinen against Bennington tonight. So very excited to see Lankinen's first performance in the regular season. And yeah, so as you can see, we have a little bit of a facelift for the channel for this season. So I've moved my picture over to the left a little bit, and then we got the chat on the right hand side. So if you do decide to put something in the chat, it will be displayed on screen. And so it's a little bit easier for me to interact with the chat this year versus having, a bit of a weird setup last year, essentially. So, yeah, this game is on Amazon Prime. So, for those of you who don't have Sportsnet, if you do have an Amazon Prime subscription, it is free for you to watch the game tonight. Or if you know anybody, you can ask for the login. But yeah, we won't be having the audio or the actual game obviously being played because of copyright. But I'm going to do my best to kind of describe the game. And yeah, I'm going to do my best to commentate. So, like right now, for example, they're just at the panel previewing the game. But again, don't forget to leave a like on this video, or I guess on the stream, and subscribe to the channel as well. I'm a little bit rusty when it comes to streaming. So, like always, if you want to ask me a question, drop that in the chat as well. We're just here to chill, have good vibes, and enjoy what should be a very good game as long as the Canucks actually show up. Everybody talking about Elias Pettersson so far. He is somebody who absolutely has to have a good game tonight. We're on home ice. He is going to get a favorable matchup. I'm assuming he's going to stay away from Robert Thomas. So as long as Adam Foote puts him in a position to succeed, which I've been saying all season long, even though it's only been 2 games, I've been saying all season long that people like Jonathan Lekkerimäki last season, Elias Pettersson, they need to be put in better positions to succeed. I know Pettersson is making the 11.6, so he should be able to succeed on his own, but he absolutely needs to improve, especially after that last performance against Edmonton where he was going up against Noah Philp, I think is his name. He was outplayed by a guy who got his first NHL goal last night, or last game, I should say. So that is absolutely unacceptable for somebody making $11.6 million and somebody who we all know is capable of better. So we're hoping for a statement game from Pettersson. Also, Quinn Hughes has been quiet to start the season. No points against Calgary. He picks up 1 point against Edmonton, but other than that, he didn't really do too much. So hopefully, both Elias Pettersson and Quinn Hughes can have a very good game tonight against the St. Louis Blues. I think honestly, this game is a little bit more important than what people are making it out to be because, in my opinion, St. Louis, Calgary, and LA are the three teams that the Canucks are going to be competing with in April for a playoff spot, whether that's the Pacific Division slot or if that is the wild card spot. So, getting a victory against St. Louis early in the season would be huge. I mean, also that is also on top of the fact that they're currently 1-1. You don't want to have a losing record. And if you look at the Canucks schedule for this October, I guess you could say to start the season, it's a very favorable like schedule. You play Edmonton twice, which is going to be difficult. You play Dallas, who is also going to be a very difficult team to play against. You have Montreal, which is a interesting team. You know, the Canucks don't typically do well against Montreal. And then they also have the New York Rangers, which is going to be a very fun game, and also the Washington Capitals actually on a Sunday at like 9:30 Pacific a.m. So not ideal for the Canucks in some of those games, but the rest of the games very favorable. I expect them to beat teams like St. Louis, like um, I don't think we play Calgary again. I saw the schedule. We have very favorable matchups. I think we play LA. I think there's an Anaheim game in there, so absolutely winnable schedule for the Canucks. And I know over the first two games, it's been, you know, alarm bells and red flags all over the place because, you know, Pedersen's not firing on all cylinders, but it's only two games. I know there's players out there like Kaprizov who's got like 6 points in two games already. So we need to just take it one game at a time. Give these guys like 10 games. It's a new head coach, a new lineup. We got new players, including Braden Coots, who's 18 years old. We got Evander Kane. So we just need to take it easy with these guys and give them some time. So just relax, Vancouver. Like I know we're a very reactive hockey market. We're a very passionate fan base, but I just feel like the hate this team's getting already is a little excessive, if you ask me. So the puck is still waiting to be dropped. I think they're probably doing the national anthems right now. They're just showing betting odds for Quinn Hughes plus 3 shots. He needs to have a good game. Like it's not that he has a like he's had a bad game against either Calgary or Edmonton. You can maybe classify the Edmonton game as a bad game, but I mean, showing frustration already at the end of the game, like we just need a little bit better body language from him. And of course, the points will come. He's too talented to like have a 30-point season. You know what I mean? He's going to have 70, 80 points. So excited to see what he can do against the St. Louis Blues tonight. And it looks like we're getting one last commercial break before we kick things off. So again, make sure to leave a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel and drop any comments or anything in the chat if you want me to answer some questions, either about me or about the team, or if you just want to have a conversation, something's on your mind, like, you know, your frustrations when it comes to these guys in that last game against Edmonton. And honestly, like, the night of, I was pretty pissed off. I mean, if you've seen my reaction to that game against Edmonton, that it was so frustrating seeing them perform like that. I don't care if they lose to Edmonton because it's Edmonton. It's the fact that they lost in the manner that they did. And then the next day, I kind of thought about it and I'm like, you had McDavid going up against Coots, Ratu, and Heedle. None of them are really defensive players or defensive centers, I should say. And so you kind of, you know, well, what do you expect? It's the best player potentially of all time in terms of talent going up against some rookies and guys who are, you know, should be potentially third line centers or second line wingers in Heedle's case. I think another person I want to kind of hone in on or focus in on is Jonathan Lekkerimäki, because he had a very good game against the Calgary Flames, and against the Edmonton Oilers, he wasn't really impactful in any way. And you have a huge opportunity at the end of the game to put him on the ice, somebody who can score a ton of goals in this league, and he wasn't put out there. So I want to see what the idea is with Jonathan Lekkerimäki moving forward, whether that is power play one, whether that is, you know, being the extra attacker at the end of games. So it's going to be very interesting to see what Adam Foote and the coaching staff does when it comes to deploying Jonathan Lekkerimäki, because he can put himself into that Calder conversation. I saw that being a narrative that the Canucks fans are driving. I think it's definitely possible, but you look at some of the rookies this season. I mean, Beckett Seneca in Anaheim already has 2 goals. So there's going to be guys on teams that aren't as good getting more of an opportunity, and so it's going to be difficult for Lekkerimäki to kind of make a name for himself. But if Adam Foote and the coaching staff can deploy him in the way that we all know that, you know, he's effective at, he can definitely put himself in that conversation. We're getting some happy Thanksgivings. Happy Thanksgiving if you're watching this. I'm thankful for, you know, a healthy family and healthy friends, and also some hockey. Who doesn't love hockey on a stat holiday here in Canada? So I just want to pull up the lines here if I can find it. So the lines are as follows. So it's DeBrusk, Pettersson, Besser. That stays unchanged. It's Evander Kane with Philip Hedl and Connor Garland. So Archie Bains gets demoted to the 4th line. The 3rd line is Drew O'Connor, Braden Coots, and Jonathan Lekkerimäki. And the 4th line is Archie Bains, Atu Ratu, and Kiefer Sherwood. I'm very surprised that Sherwood didn't get the promotion there. It was actually Drew O'Connor to provide some speed, I suppose, for Braden Coots and Jonathan Lekkerimäki. Evander Kane, Hedl, Garland is the 2nd line that I thought they were going to go with, but they decided to put Archie Bains in that position instead. And for the D pairings, it is Elias Pettersson with Tyler Myers. Marcus Pettersson is playing with Victor Mancini, and we are underway here at Rogers Arena. So I'm very interested to see how Victor Mancini does in his season debut. He's somebody who Canucks fans thought should have made the opening night roster, and, you know, with Derek Forbort, I feel like he cemented himself into this lineup, and Elias Pettersson being the best rookie out of the kind of young defensemen we have here, it just made sense for him to be in the lineup. So right now, Adam Foote starts with Connor Garland, Philip Hedl, and Evander Kane against the Robert Thomas line, I believe. No, this is not Robert Thomas's line. This is Braden Shen with Jordan Kyrou. So it looks like it might be Robert Thomas against Elias Pettersson. Here's Connor Garland with a shot straight at Jordan Binnington. So let's take a look at this breakout here. Connor Garland, I really want to see him. Him and Evander Kane, I want to see them work together down low. It is Elias Pettersson against Robert Thomas. Not the matchup that I would personally have him at, but... Oh, here's Tyler Myers with a shot. Off the bar? Did that hit the post? Tyler Myers early on. Wow. Elias Pettersson against Robert Thomas. I would probably rather him play against Shen, because I rate Robert Thomas very highly. Such an underrated player. Here's Pettersson. Cuts back. Looks for an option. Elias Pettersson's asking for it, but it's poked away by Jake Neighbors. Elias Pettersson sweeps the puck to Tyler Myers. Canucks resetting here, getting that new look 3rd line out. Lekkerimäki, Braden Coots, and Drew O'Connor. Some real speed out there and some real offensive upside on this line. It'd be nice to see Braden Coots' first NHL goal here. The Canucks hemming the Blues in right now. And the Blues break it out. It's a 3-on-2. Here's Matthew Joseph. Tries to go back to the trailing defenseman. Braden Coots ties up his stick. Lankinen, Marcus Pettersson. Justin Falk pinching down low. Oh, heads up play. It's a turnover by Victor Mancini. But Marcus Pettersson doesn't cleanly get it out. Walker back to the point. Shot blocked. This third line has been out for a little bit here. Into the middle, shot. Stopped by Lankinen. And the rebound cleared away by Mancini. The Canucks need a line change here. Back to the point. Justin Falk's shot. Blocked. Lekkerimäki goes out to Drew O'Connor, who is at the end of his shift. So he dumps it in. 16:55 to go here in the first period. Here's Aatu Räty. And he shoots it and it's deflected up over the glass. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And drop in the chat if you guys have any questions for me. Tyler Myers just absolutely rips it off the bar. Oh man, it went bar down and out. 16:45. Aatu Räty against Brayden Schenn. And Brayden Schenn easily wins that faceoff. Filip Hronek steps up at the blue line. He flips it out to Archie Bains. I think Archie Bains on the fourth line makes a lot more sense. Somebody who can kill penalties. You play him less, you limit those potential turnovers that he needs to clean up. Kiefer Sherwood as well on that fourth line. So again, some more offensive upside for the Canucks. Here's Filipino. Gets hit into the boards by Brayden Schenn, but he does well to fight along the boards. I believe it's offside here. The Canucks tag up. Filip Hronek collects in the Canucks end. Brings it around, but it's beyond Connor Garland. Now it's behind the net. Quinn Hughes, the captain. Connor Garland. Probably looking for a change here to get the Pettersson line out. Here's Evander Kane. Filipino around. Connor Garland. Top to Myers. A weak shot by Tyler Myers. And luckily, it didn't go for a breakaway. Connor Garland. Jostling with, I believe that's Ryan Suter. Is he still in the league? Justin Falk shoots the puck in. Colton Parayko on the forecheck. Down low, Robert Thomas leaves, but nobody there. Elias Pettersson's going to lift it out. No real sustained offensive zone pressure from either team yet. Jake Neighbors with some speed. Goes wide. Jake Neighbors around the net. Looking for an option. And it's back to the point. The shot's blocked into the corner as Robert Thomas with some space. Makes a move on Elias Pettersson. He gets a stick on it. Now Tyler Myers takes down Robert Thomas. Shot from the point. Gets blocked. And right as I say, no zone pressure. Here's St. Louis. Here's Elias Pettersson. Loses his stick. And he falls over. The puck's in front of the net. Lankinen pushes it away. The Canucks can't get the puck. Robert Thomas. Both teams need a line change. And the puck finally escapes the zone and the Canucks can change. $13.50 to go here in the first period. And the Canucks just turned the puck over very cheaply. Almost a too many men call. And here comes the very young third line. Broberg plays it out. It's a 3-on-2, a partial 3-on-2, and Bjugstad puts the puck wide. Here's Drew O'Connor making a move, gonna chip and chase. Would have preferred that to be a little bit deeper. The puck gets actually played onto Binnington's pad. Not much of a forecheck here, but here comes Atu taking down his man. Philip Broberg's gonna lift it out. And is that gonna be enough for icing? Well, I mean, it probably would have. Well, they waved it off, but St. Louis wins the race anyways. A shot stopped by Lankinen. Holy, I didn't even realize my my light is way too bright. 1 second. There we go, much better. What the heck? I was like, I just felt like there was a bunch of light on my face, and I look over, and it's very much the case. Oh, down low, couldn't handle it was Dylan Holloway. Here's Garland, Evander Kane. St. Louis breaks the puck out. 8 minutes gone here. It's 12:05 remaining in the first period. Shots are only 2-1 in favor of St. Louis, so pretty low event here. St. Louis with the only real kind of sustained pressure in the offensive zone. Tyler Myers having the biggest chance of the game so far, ringing it off the bar. Elias Pettersson to Jake DeBrusk, who just hops on to the ice. It's now in down low. Pettersson. Myers to Marcus Pettersson. Here's Jake DeBrusk. Brock Besser down low to Elias Pettersson. Elias Pettersson swipes at the puck, but he's at the end of his shift. Or at the very least, he came out first. Here's St. Louis in front. Through the crease. Throw down low. Shot scored! A fortuitous bounce for the St. Louis Blues. I don't know who scored, who's number 21, but Elias Pettersson starting that play in the offensive end. Couldn't get the pass off. St. Louis comes down the other way. It's a pass in front. It goes through the crease. And then just a puck thrown down low. And Suter. Oh, it's Pius Suter. Why did I think it was Ryan Suter? Pius Suter with a little deflection back to his teammate. I don't know who number 21 is, but he scores. 11-12 remaining in the first period, and a very bad start for Vancouver. Not just because they allowed a goal, but the fact that Elias Pettersson turned the puck over before that goal even happened. That's not a good look. Here's Quinn Hughes. Gets around one guy. Still Quinn Hughes enters the zone now. Quinn Hughes with a shot straight into the glove of Jordan Binnington. And that should probably be our first commercial break. So 10:38 remaining. It was Snegrud? Snegrud? I don't know how to pronounce that name. But he makes it 1-0. 10:38 remaining in the first period. For those of you in the chat, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for some more live streams in the future. And again, feel free to, drop any questions you may have for me in the chat. It will be displayed on screen, as you can see, right there. Yep, right there. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of a nothing play. I don't want to blame it on Pettersson, but again, if he makes a better play there, Canucks keep the puck in the zone. And the puck doesn't go the other way, and St. Louis eventually ends up scoring with a fortuitous bounce. Just hoping for some sort of fight back here, because again, it really feels like it's been all St. Louis. It's a little back and forth, to be honest, but let's see how they respond. And also just letting you know, it doesn't have to be like Canucks related. Whatever you ask in the chat, it could be literally anything that you think is an interesting question to ask. As we return back to the broadcast, they're showing Pettersson and Sneggerud, and they're showing the Pettersson turnover because, again, this play doesn't happen if Pettersson doesn't turn the puck over. But I mean, there wasn't a screen either. I kind of expect Lankin to do a little bit better there, but it is a quick release, a well placed shot. So it is what it is. The Filipino line is out against Robert Thomas now, and it's Phil Hronek and Quinn Hughes at the point. Here's Quinn Hughes, makes a move. Buchnevich trying to keep up with him. Phil Hronek into the slot for Connor Garland. He runs over Jake Neighbors and gets a shot off Hronek. And that puck sails wide. Kane throws it in front. And then Hronek throws it in front. The rebound comes out, looking for Filipino, but St. Louis is able to clear. Yeah, and they just said it was a very good response shift, which is what the Canucks desperately needed. It's Quinn Hughes' birthday tomorrow? No way. I didn't even know that. Colton Parayko shoots the puck in. Tyler Myers chops the puck into the neutral zone. Now it's the Jonathan Lecker-Mackey line. Coots going down low. Binnington's going to play it up along the boards. And this could be trouble for Vancouver if they don't get it, but they do. Drew O'Connor hounding Philip Broberg. It's Tyler Myers with a shot. Stopped by Binnington. Rebound. It's loose. It's under O'Connor. And Snuggerud. Is that how you say his name? I don't even know. What's his first name? Jimmy? That guy, the goal scorer, clears the puck. Snuggered? I don't know. Getting a line change here. Jordan Binnington plays the puck. Oh my god, it's a turnover! Besser! Oh my god! Jordan Binnington shoots it right at Elias Pettersson. And he picks it off in midair, plays Brock Besser, who has not necessarily a wide open net, but a sprawling Jordan Binnington. And it's a fantastic save by the Canadian goaltender. Wow. That would have been a heck of a way for Pettersson to get into the good books of the Canucks fans. Here's Holloway now. Dylan Holloway. It's Jordan Kyrou to Justin Falk. Shen overskates the puck. And at the end of their shift, Brock Besser is going to chip the puck into the St. Louis end. 7:55 to go here in the first period. A golden opportunity for Vancouver. Braden Shen runs over Philip Hronek, I believe that was. Here's Alexander Texier. Down low. Philip Hronek shovels it up the boards. Sherwood can't get it out, but Quinn Hughes collects. And I believe each team are going to make a change now. Quinn Hughes with the stretch pass. Kiefer Sherwood with the shot stopped. Rebound! Puts it up the side of the net. And then from the point, Philip Hronek shoots it wide. Hronek down low. Sherwood. Quinn Hughes in a bit of trouble. Just throws it on net. It gets blocks. And then Kiefer Sherwood throws it at the net, which goes wide. Quinn Hughes, Sherwood, Hronek and Sherwood playing catch. Archie Baines forechecking, but St. Louis able to get the puck into the Canucks end. Is that going to be enough for icing? No, it's not. Some really good chances created by Kiefer Sherwood there and Philip Hronek. Just get pucks to the net. Like, just get your body in front of the goaltender. Oh, here's St. Louis. Snuggerud again. And it's stopped by Kevin Lankinen. I hate that he's the one player for St. Louis that's the most dangerous right now. As they show the Pedersen interception, he didn't really have the lane to shoot, and by the time the puck gets to Besser, Bennington's back in front of his net. 6:32 remaining in the first period. Make sure to leave a like on the stream, guys, and make sure to subscribe to the channel, as this won't be the last stream of the season. This is the first stream of the season. And so yeah, my work schedule is Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays, which is like the prime time for hockey, especially the Saturdays. So any games that really happen Monday through Wednesday is the games that I will be attempting to stream. So the next game that the Canucks have, I believe, is on Thursday, so I won't be able to stream that one. But I think the next one that I'll be able to stream is against the Pittsburgh Penguins. So I'll make an official announcement like I did on the last Canucks review video against the Edmonton Oilers, as well as on my TikTok, which again is on the screen. And so, is that the right? Is that my TikTok handle? Hold on. I'm just looking at it right now. Yes, it is. I think I put the wrong handle in the starting soon screen. That's awkward. Anyways, yeah, so my TikTok is Rohil Patel 15. You can just search up Rohil Patel. I also have a second channel, which is right now it's anime driven plus doing an Everton FC 26 career mode. So if you're interested in that, also check that out in the description below. I have a link tree, so all my social media links are there. If you're interested in watching any of that, I actually have to post my next episode of the Everton career mode later today, as they're showing Quinn Hughes breaking the record for most points all time by a Vancouver Canucks defenseman with the Brock Besser goal. Yeah, the fact that Besser was able to actually just knock that down and then sweep it towards the goal was actually kind of crazy. But we are back underway, and Lankinen turns the puck over now, but luckily the Blues can't really hold on to the puck. But the puck's thrown in front now, and it's cleared to the side. Broberg's able to keep the puck in. Snuggerud. His name is Jimmy Snuggerud. Okay, Jimmy. I'm calling you Jimmy from now on because you're doing too much. Here's Joseph to Jimmy, who shoots, and he hits the outside of the post. He's been St. Louis' most dangerous player so far. I believe he scored last season against the Canucks too. Because I believe I remember somebody with a weird name scoring against Vancouver, or at least having a good game. Broberg takes the puck from his own end, banks it to Robert Thomas. Tyler Myers knocks it down, not with a high stick, the official says. Neighbors. Puck in the corner now. Robert Thomas. Oh, backdoor to Justin Falk. Oh my goodness. How did Justin Falk not score there? Kevin Lankinen keeps the puck out. Deflected. Robert Thomas now. Braden Coots against the Robert Thomas line is not a matchup you want. And what a pass it was from Robert Thomas to go across the ice to Justin Falk, who makes a move on Lankinen, and how he didn't tuck that away on the backhand is beyond me. St. Louis back in the zone now. Parayko, Braden Shen, Lekramaki's out there. Here's Pedersen behind his own net. Needs somebody. He gets knocked down. No call, says the official. Puck back up to the point, but it escapes. I believe that was Cam Fowler at the blue line. 4:15 remaining in the first period. Shots 7-5 in favor of St. Louis. And oh my goodness, Elias Pettersson with a bit of a hip check at center ice, showing a bit more of a physical edge. Braden Shen now throwing his body around, but Filip Hronek absorbs it and clears the puck to center. Here's Jordan Kyrou. Enters the zone, takes a shot, puts it wide. The puck comes out in front. Quinn Hughes dangerously. Oh, he turns the puck over now. Justin Falk, who's playing like a fourth forward. Holy, and then I believe that was Bukestad on the doorstep, stopped by Lankinen. And this period has it's been all St. Louis. Is that icing? No, it's not. Bukestad. The Canucks just losing every single board battle right now. There is a stick lift by Kiefer Sherwood. Archdeep Baines, the fourth line is out. Sherwood throws it on net, and Binnington directs it up over the glass. 3:08 remaining in the first period. Sherwood with some words for somebody. I believe it was Philip Broberg with a big hit. Oh, and Broberg's skate comes up into the face of Sherwood, but luckily no contact was made. This is frustrating. Oh man, we had that one Tyler Myers chance, and then we had a bunch of pucks thrown to the through the blue paint. Wow, my hat looks absolutely trash right now. Yeah. A little bit better. So yeah, make sure to leave a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel. Tell all your friends that there is somebody who live streams the Canucks games, and you can, have a chat about how bad they are and other things. And the benefits of, tuning into a stream like mine is that, there's not a ton of things going on. So if you want to ask a question in the chat, I will respond to it, and there won't be 10 different people that I have to respond to. But yeah, if you want to throw in a question, about the team, wow, my face is absolutely white. I think I need to turn down the brightness on my monitor at this point. So Justin Falk tucked it to the backhand, and Lankinen got a piece of it and went under his pad. And then Hughes with a rare turnover. Justin Falk throws it in front off the pad of Lankinen, and then that's when Bukestad flew in and tried to jam it home. Canucks fans with a standing ovation for something. I guarantee you it wasn't their team, so there was probably something thrown on the Jumbotron. Wow, that puck. How did that not go out? But Quinn Hughes collects. 2:53 remaining in the first period. Shots are 9-5 in favor of the St. Louis Blues as the Canucks ice the puck. Ah, man. I mean, what else can you say? The Canucks with a bad start. I mean, again, the result is the result, right? I mean, it's only 1-0, it's only the first period, but it's the performance that I'm looking at, and the Canucks ice the puck once again. And I'm seeing that we're losing our faceoffs, we're losing our board battles, the offensive chances that we do create. I mean, Tyler Myers off the crossbar, Elias Pettersson intercepting a Binnington pass. I mean, if it's not Quinn Hughes or potentially a Philip Hedl here and there, there's nobody really creating offense. I mean, Kiefer Sherwood has been pretty good so far. Here is Quinn Hughes. Gets it onto the stick of Evander Kane, and that's another icing as Evander Kane can't handle the Quinn Hughes pass. Right now, my review for this game is just going to be like, the Canucks did it again. They had a terrible start, And the St. Louis Blues scored, and the Canucks didn't. That's pretty much what's going on right now. Evander Kane with a good interception. Connor Garland sweeps it through, takes a huge hit. It's Filip Hronek. His shot gets blocked. Quinn Hughes in the slot. Connor Garland, one-timer! Easy save for Binnington, who sees it all the way through. Good play by Kane, and then Connor Garland, shifty, takes a hit from Dylan Holloway. And then the puck just falls to Hughes, who lays it off for Garland, who again doesn't have the hardest shot. Evander Kane looking for a tip. But here comes the Pettersson line for offensive draw against Robert Thomas, and they do end up getting it back to the point. It's Tyler Myers. One-timer by Elias Pettersson. Oh, the puck deflects to the side of the net. DeBrusk can't get a piece of it. He had a bit of an empty net to whack at it. Or whack at, I should say. Here comes Brock Besser. Elias Pettersson now. Makes a move. Nice move. Plays DeBrusk off the skate. The puck was behind him. And DeBrusk almost kicks it to Brock Besser. 1:40 remaining in the first period. The fourth line's out now. Archie Baines forechecking. I believe this is Jake Neighbors. Enters the zone, puts the puck down low for his team to go for a line change. Victor Mancini. Can't get the puck out, but it's Aatu Ratu. Makes a move in his own end. Very composed by Aatu Ratu, but the puck gets deflected. Here's Philip Broberg now. Enters the zone. Pushed out wide by Mancini. Puck back up to the point. It was Pius Suter with a shot. And it was stopped by Lankinen. Here's Pius Suter behind the net. Still Pius Suter, sharp angle shot. And I believe it goes off of Lankinen up and out of play. 48.9 seconds remaining in the first period. Shots 11-7 in favor of St. Louis. They're up 1-0 thanks to Jimmy Snuggerud, aka Jimmy, because I cannot pronounce his name. The Canucks need a kick up the rear end here to start the second period, because this first period has been lackluster. Really lackluster. St. Louis's top six outplaying our top six. St. Louis's bottom six outplaying our bottom six. Whatever you do, do not let in another goal or take a penalty to end the period here. Jordan Kyrou wins the puck from Filip Hronek. Spins away from Quinn Hughes as Robert Thomas again looking for that backdoor play for Colton Parayko this time, but he can't handle the pass. Cam Fowler shot goes wide. That looked like it was going in. Here's Evander Kane. 10 seconds to go. Evander Kane backhands it on net. Binnington can't really get it, and Connor Garland can't collect as the first period comes to an end. Almost a late goal by the Canucks. Evander Kane, these guys at the end of the shift, just throw it on the net, and you never know what can happen. And it was Philip Hedl who missed it. Connor Garland got a piece, but couldn't direct it towards the net. It looks like it was him and Robert Thomas got a piece of it at the same time. Man, that was a tough period to watch. That was an absolutely tough period to watch. Well, what can we say? Let's summarize that first period. A bit of back and forth between two teams who are pretty evenly matched, I would say. Tyler Myers takes a shot, gets blocked, gets his own rebound, hits the bar, right? So it looks like, okay, here we go. With the Pettersson line out there, we're looking good to start the game. And then St. Louis just takes over. They absolutely just take over. Robert Thomas, his line in particular, just throwing pucks east-west. Justin Falk being a fourth forward out there. I wish the Canucks did that a little bit more often themselves. And the goal comes from the Canucks in the offensive end. Puck gets ringed around, or rung around, to Elias Pettersson, who turns the puck over. He looked like he was tired. I'm pretty sure he was out there ahead of his line mates, so I think he was kind of getting towards the end of his shift, but a bit of a lazy turnover, can't back check. Then it's like a 3-on-2, and I believe Snuggerud eventually, or was the first person to throw the puck across the blue paint. Puck gets back to the point, goes down low to Pius Suter, and Pius Suter just kind of chips it in front of the net. And then Snuggerud just turns and fires. Kevin Lankinen, could he have done better? Probably. But I wouldn't really blame it on him. They're showing the goal here. It just gets fired in front, and Snuggerud was there. And it was at Lankinen's near post, actually. Didn't even really react to it, so just a bunch of wrong in that for the Canucks. And now they're down 1-0, and then to end the period, it was still all St. Louis. I mean, you ice the puck 3 times in a row, and Kiefer Sherwood being your offensive catalyst is nice when the other team, it's nice when the other guys are going, but when the other guys aren't going and Kiefer Sherwood is your best offensive player, it's not ideal. And I'm surprised he didn't get promoted to the third line, but it ends up being Drew O'Connor. And that third line didn't have a bad period, but they didn't really do too much. It's supposed to be a skill, fast skating line, and we saw flashes of that, but you know, when Braden Coots is going up against Braden Shen, again, there's not going to be a favorable matchup for Coots. And the Canucks need to realize that. So right now, they're not really doing him any favors. I mean, first it was against McDavid, and now it's against Robert Thomas and Braden Shen. So I don't know what the Canucks need to do from a coaching standpoint to put him in more favorable matchups. I mean, going up against Pius Suter isn't ideal either for Braden Coots, but it's a lot better than somebody like the caliber of Robert Thomas or Braden Shen. So heading into the second period, make sure to leave a like on the stream, subscribe for more. This is the first stream of many. And make sure to tell, a potential Canucks fan that that doesn't tend to watch the game with people, have them join the stream. It's just chill vibes over here, hoping the Canucks can win. And we can talk about anything. We can talk about Canucks. We can talk about Whitecaps. The Vancouver Whitecaps going crazy. I'm actually more of a soccer fan than I am a hockey fan. And watching this Whitecaps team throughout the entire season has been a real blessing. And then you add Thomas Muller on top of that. It's absolutely unreal. And he's been really helpful for this team, not only on the field, but off the field as well, as a leader. And for those of you who missed it, Thomas Muller's interview that he had recently, it was before the Canadian Championship final. He said that he doesn't understand why the city of Vancouver accepts losing. And for a foreigner to come in and embrace the city like Thomas Muller has, that should be a real shot up the back, shot up the rear end for these Canucks players and the front office. Because, somebody had to say it, right? And he's like, I don't understand why the fans accept losing and just think that, it's okay because, the Canucks will never win, the Whitecaps will never win. We need to believe in these guys And you've seen the backing the Whitecaps have gotten because, there's been an on-field product to support that. But even for somebody like Ryan Gauld, the captain, the best player on this team, before Mueller came, and he gets injured at the beginning of the season. The Whitecaps are without him for the entirety of the season, essentially. He comes back now at the end of the season. They are at the top of the Western Conference. They beat Inter Miami and Lionel Messi without Thomas Mueller or Ryan Gauld. And now guys are starting to get healthy. I mean, our defense is still in shambles because of the injuries, like to the torn ACLs and all that stuff, and we're still competing, and we can still win an MLS Cup. We just need that to transition into the Canucks. We need to support these guys, and the Canucks themselves need to show us, that they're capable of winning hockey games against good teams and at least perform well. And the last 4 periods of Canucks hockey have been absolute dog water, I'll say. I'll try to keep the profanity to a minimum. Now they're interviewing Jim Rutherford. Let's see if he leaks a Quinn Hughes trade or a Jack Hughes trade. Rutherford talking about Elias Pettersson right now. Okay, so Rutherford's making sense here. He's not. He's saying that he's um impressed with the defensive side of the game for Elias Pettersson, and offensively, even though we know he can hit 100 points, he's not expecting him to flip a switch and be that immediately. I hope there's some point in the season where he can go like 50 points in 50 games, like, you know what I mean? And at least at that point, we can say that he's a point per game, maybe not throughout an 82 game season, but coming off last season, the injuries. I think that's pretty reasonable to end with somewhere between 70 to 82 points, have a 50 and 50 stretch, or maybe even more than that, a 60 points and 50 game stretch. I think it's very possible. Now they're talking about the captain. Quinn Hughes. I mean, this is going to be a conversation that's going to go on all season this year. He's eligible for an extension July 1st. Whether or not he signs that, I mean, he probably won't, in terms of he'll probably wait out the season to see, and then that's on the Canucks to potentially make a move at that point. But I think with somebody like the caliber, like the ability of Quinn Hughes, you run that down how Edmonton was willing to run it down with McDavid, because I mean, it's Quinn Hughes and Cale Makar. You can throw in an Adam Fox, you can throw in a Zach Werenski in terms of guys who can have good seasons, James Norris type seasons. But when we're talking about a consistent 1-2 in the NHL, it's Makar and Hughes. Whoever we want to put at number 1, it's up to you. But I mean, for me, I'm always going to back my guy. But Cale Makar he's got the accolades to back it up. He's got, an unbelievable highlight reel. And yeah, it's up to the Canucks. Like that's like with every loss, it's gonna be on the back of Canucks fans' mind. Like here's another game that shows that Quinn Hughes is frustrated. He doesn't want to re-sign. He wants to be, somewhere where he can win. So make sure to leave a like on the stream, guys. And if you are in the chat, throw in a question, say what's up. Don't be afraid. I'll only clip it and put it on TikTok if it's actually like a clippable thing. If it's just a regular conversation, it's a conversation. Make sure to subscribe too. It helps out a very small channel. And somebody with a dream like myself, trying to, be a content creator. And if you are interested in gaming, like FC or FIFA as it was previously called, or if you like anime, go to my second channel. The link is in the description. Subscribe to that as well. We're at around 550 subscribers there, on the road to 1,000. I do have to drop a FC career mode video today. I low-key could do that right now, but I feel like it's a little unprofessional for me to do that. But we are doing it with Everton. We're on episode 5 now. 4 of them published on YouTube. I recorded the fifth one today. And yeah, we're just like right now we're actually doing really well. We're in the top 3 in the Premier League in season 1 and trying to finish in like the top 8. So we're off to a fantastic start there. And then the other videos that I'm more known for is High Q Fly High. I mean, I don't expect a lot of people here to understand or know what Haikyuu is, but it's a volleyball anime. They released a game in like August. I started making videos on it in September. And it seems like people like what I have to say, so we got some traction there. So if you are interested in things like that, go ahead and check out the YouTube channel. Links in the description below, as well as the TikTok, because I have a TikTok for that channel as well specifically. So be sure to check that out if that's something that interests you. I didn't realize having a hat on with headphones is going to be a bit of a pain. You know what? Oh, well, what's going on here? We have somebody in the chat. Hold on, I was just about to do some stuff. Here we go. What in the oh my god. So Uzerabuck says, "Well, hello there. I have Nagasaki in high Q fly high, but it's only a UR version and wanted to add it to my team. I also have the Mia twins, but I don't know if they're compatible with each other. Thoughts?" I'm gonna fight you. I know who you are, and I know where you live. You could have, at the very least, put in a name of an actual character. Who the heck is Nagasaki? I wanna ask you, Zerbuck. Fukushima. Jesus Christ. Tell me you haven't watched anime without telling me you haven't watched anime. What is man's just dropping some names here. So Zare, how was your day? I know we didn't get to play footy today because, your boy's live streaming, so that's why I wasn't able to come out. Did it end up actually even happening? Because I know there's people being like that they're gonna come, and then someone kicked a Whistler or something like that. See, this is the time where I wish I could just like flood the chat with messages so that like this one in particular and like these two, I guess you could say, just get like filtered out because now anybody new coming into the stream is gonna see this on the screen and be like, "What the hell is that even English?" I'm assuming Uzair left, so that's great. Buddy starts a conversation that he doesn't even know what's happening and then leaves. Is water wet? You know, you're really starting to piss me off. I'm not gonna lie. The Canucks are already doing an ample job at doing that, and now here you are coming in and dropping some nonsense. Some absolute nonsense. Is water wet? They're showing the stats of Kiefer Sherwood, who almost had a 20 goal score, or 20 goal season, I should say, last year. Oh, I forgot to update the score. Whoops, my bad. Look at me being unprofessional. St. Louis is up 1-0. And here we are, underway in the second period. Is water wet? Yes. Puck thrown across the ice, and Filipino can't get it. Matthew Joseph, oh my goodness, off the post to start the period for St. Louis. Filipino falls over, can't get the puck back to his defenseman. And Matthew Joseph, with some speed, comes down the left-hand side here. He didn't have much to shoot at. He goes for the top left. Man, he got a lot of it, and he hits the crossbar. Shot from the point, stopped by Lankinen. Who should be the next Canucks head coach if Foot doesn't work out? Yeah, we're in game 3. You know what I mean? I think it's too early to really say, because I think not just because like obviously the Canucks aren't doing so well to start things off here, but also we don't know what's going on around the league. You know, a coach could get fired and be available for the Canucks to acquire, but that's obviously hasn't happened yet. So I don't know. We haven't really seen too much of Adam Foote hockey to really be like it's a definitive like he doesn't know what he's doing kind of thing. I think Rick Tocchet has a good chance. How are the Flyers doing? I'm pretty sure the Flyers have lost all their games to start the season. I actually want to check that. Oh, I say that as they're up 2-0 on the Stanley Cup champions. Okay. That's getting clipped on TikTok. Here's Victor Mancini, Kiefer Sherwood, and it hits the referee, I believe. Here's Archie Baines fighting behind the St. Louis net. But again, it's... Oh, hold on. Archie Baines' shot stopped by Binnington. Kiefer Sherwood fighting for the puck. But again, I just don't understand how these matchups end up happening. Like, why is the fourth line going up against their best players? And here's our breakaways. Jordan Kyrou is... Oh my goodness, what's happening? It's a shot from Braden Shen, and the St. Louis Blues score. And it's 2-0 St. Louis. Oh my goodness. You know, maybe should we talk about Adam Foote? Should we talk about Adam Foote not being the head coach? Nah. Jordan Kyrou, I mean, he's pushed out wide by Quinn Hughes. But then the pressure just goes away, and Braden Shen, who's been arguably St. Louis' best player. Drew O'Connor can't get all of it. He gets a piece of it, and Braden Shen snipes it. And it's 2-0 Vancouver. Not Vancouver, it's 2-0 St. Louis, and Vancouver's in the hole. 17:50 to go in the second period. Shots 14-9 in favor of the Blues. Favorite type of Halloween candy? Skittles? Starbursts? Is Starburst even a Halloween candy? Probably not, right? Maynards? Yeah, I don't know. I like candy more than chocolate. I'll say that much. Here's Braden Coots now to Philip Hronek. Quinn Hughes checked at the blue line way too easily. Alexander Texier makes a move on Philip Hronek, looking to cut towards the net, but Quinn Hughes helps out his D partner. Here's Lekarmaki. Snuggerud to Joseph. Still Joseph. Colton Parayko back to the point. It's Cam Fowler with a shot. Blocked by Lekarmaki. Cam Fowler's shot. Blocked in front. Here's Pius Suter, the former Vancouver Canuck, to Joseph with a sharp angle shot. I believe that got... Lankinen got a piece of that. Snuggerud, the goal scorer, down low. Colton Parayko is going to shoot it. And the Canucks just can't get the puck out. This Coots line has been out for ages. And it's in front. Joseph was... Oh my god, Joseph with a couple of whacks at it. We can't get the puck out. Rebound from the Parayko shot. And now St. Louis are making changes on the fly. Here's Cam Fowler. Canucks need a face-off. In front shot by Pius Suter, and it gets deflected wide. The Canucks can't make a line change. Buchnevich down low. The Canucks, every player's been out for 2.5 minutes. Lekarmaki's able to flip the puck clear. And Justin Falk falls down. Philip Hronek still needs to get off the ice. Here's Hedl. Connor Garland shoots it around for Evander Kane. Connor Garland, Tyler Myers. Shot tipped in front by Hedl and stopped by Binnington. 14:57 remaining in the second period. It's been all St. Louis here. Who won the Drake or Kendrick beef? I mean, Drake got the last kind of word in. But if we're talking about content, I'd probably say Kendrick. Pius Suter doesn't get all of the puck, and it just goes wide. Looking to get a goal against his former team. It's so funny because I was considering actually going to this game, and I'm very much happy I didn't. Elias Pettersson sweeps it to Atu Ratu, and the puck bounces to Kiefer Sherwood, who makes a move into the middle, but it's cleared away. Only at the Canucks blue line, Sherwood trying to feather a pass to Atu Ratu. Archie Baines now to Atu Ratu in front of the net. Sherwood gets to the front of the net, and Kiefer Sherwood deflects it in, and the Vancouver Canucks are on the board. Let's freaking go, Kiefer Sherwood. He's been our best offensive threat tonight. Our fourth line right winger makes a move to the middle, but it gets cleared away by Cam Fowler. Doesn't give up on the play though. This fourth line just banging and crashing down low. And Atu Ratu gets it to the middle, and Kiefer Sherwood on the backhand just chops it to the net. And hopefully the Canucks can rally off of this. They were talking about him in the intermission. He had 19 goals last season. He's got 2 already this season. Let's get it going, Vancouver. Let's get it going. Up the Reds. Oh my god, the Canucks just turned it over. Trying to read the chat here. Zerbuck with the up the Reds. That doesn't apply anywhere. Like, the Whitecaps were white and blue. The Canucks are blue. My Everton career mode people are wearing blue. What are we talking about? Up the Reds. Any Fortnite content coming soon? I mean, I would say probably not, because my duo partner doesn't play with me anymore, and also he's ass. Here's Connor Garland. Oh, backdoor! How did that puck not go in? I was busy checking a text message from my brother, and I just saw Connor Garland on the goal line sweep the puck wide. Here's Elias Pettersson with some speed. Get those feet moving, boy. And then he chips it in and chases himself. And doesn't go for the puck. Great, goes for the hit instead. And here comes the St. Louis Blues. It's a 2-on-1. Oh, it's a beautiful back check by Jake DeBrusk, but the puck is not out. It's a shot by Parayko. It's stopped by Lankinen. Canucks can't get the puck out. Neighbors. Parayko one-timer kicked away by Kevin Lankinen. Down low now. Neighbors. Robert Thomas making a move. Puts the puck in front. It's Parayko again. It's blocked by DeBrusk, and Philip Arona can't get the puck out, but it is going to be a penalty on Elias Pettersson. Is Jake Neighbors in front. Backdoor. Stopped by Kevin Lankinen. And it looks like Elias Pettersson is going to be he's going to be taking a penalty. So, like I said in the friggin' Edmonton review, the Canucks get some momentum. They finally get a goal. And what do they do with that momentum? They take a freaking penalty. And it's Mr. 11.6 million again. Oh, frustrated. It's game 3. It's only game 3. I have a headache, and it's only game 3. Make sure to leave a like on this stream for those of you in it. You can, ask me any questions like this dude. I need to get this point right. Where am I pointing? Oh, it's like this. Like this dude right here, asking me a bunch of hockey/not hockey questions. Yeah. This is going to be a long-ass season. My head already hurts. Like, I like the play in the neutral zone where Quinn Hughes got the puck to Pettersson while he's already in stride, which is something that he needs to do more often, because when he's not in stride, he's a little bit slow off the gates, right? So he goes in motion and then he chips the puck in, which is, all fine and dandy because you don't want to run into guys. He evades the first guy who tries to stop him, and then he has a clear play on the puck and he goes for a random ass hit. Like, take the puck and throw it to the front of the net, throw it in the slot, something. Then the St. Louis Blues come back. Wow, it was DeBrusque with the play. Feathers it down low to Connor Garland, and it almost goes off of Hedel and into the net, but it's Elias Pettersson with a slash on Buchnevich, or potentially a hook afterwards. There's a guy sitting behind Pettersson that looks exactly like Luka Doncic. I tripped out for a second. First penalty of the night. They're calling it interference. Okay. First power play of the night goes to the St. Louis Blues. The Canucks so far this season, I don't want to jinx it, but they have not allowed a power play goal this season. I just need. Why am I streaming? Why am I streaming? Why am I doing this to myself? I could be having a very nice Thanksgiving Monday, and I'm deciding to stream this bunch of crap. And I literally just said that they're perfect on the penalty kill. Tyler Myers with a very nice play to nobody, and it's just a mess in front, and Snuggerud gets his second of the game. (3-1) St. Louis. Shots 18-12 in favor of the Blues. 11:47 remaining in the second period. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And the Canucks have a bigger mountain to climb. Here's Pettersson. Can't get the puck out. Holy. Buchnevich with the shot blocked. Puck is finally out. Now my frustrations are coming out. Robert Thomas. Back down low. Fowler to Buchnevich. Pettersson against Buchnevich down low. Turns the puck over. But luckily, the other Pettersson, Elias Pettersson, gets the puck off the boards or off the glass and out of play. Or out of the zone. I can't even speak. I'm so pissed. Here's Pettersson. And he can't make a simple stretch pass. Get off the ice. And I'm like the biggest Pettersson defender, but what am I watching? Marcus Pettersson, a shot. Rebound goes to nobody. And it's cleared away by the Blues. Turnover by Hedel now. Here's Joseph. Still Joseph with a shot. Stopped by Lankinen. Rebound. It's a tight angle by Snuggerud looking for the hat trick. Lankinen loses his stick. It's going to be a hat trick for Snuggerud. It's going to be a hat trick. St. Louis keeps the puck in. Marcus Pettersson gets it out. And Evander Kane's going to throw it in deep to get a line change going for the Canucks. 9:40 remaining in the second period. Shots 22-13 in favor of the Blues. Canucks down 3-1, and there's another turnover. But fortunately, the Blues played back into their own end. Sherwood dumps the puck in. Filip Hronek with the shot, and it doesn't even get to the net. It's blocked, but Aatu Ratu again. This fourth line, that's a penalty, ref. He gets stripped, no call. This fourth line has been the Canucks' best line tonight. Kiefer Sherwood's been the Canucks' best forward this season. Screw it, he's been our best player this season. Here's Dylan Holloway in front, and that's going to be another penalty on the Vancouver Canucks. And it's going to the young man, Braden Coots. Scott Road going to be lit tonight? Oh, buddy, you don't even know. It's going to be lit in flames. Oh, is it Filip Hronek going to the box? And Filip Hronek is not happy. I was about to say healthy. Filip Hronek is not happy. He's playing like he's not healthy. Why am I doing this to myself? This is the first stream of the season. I'm not even in focus anymore. Hello. Hello. Can you? Hello. Everything's going right. There we go. This is the first game of the season, or first stream of the season. And this is already the worst possible outcome. Pedersen takes a penalty. Well, actually, first, he turns the puck over, leading to a goal. He takes a penalty. And then after the penalty, he does absolutely nothing. And actually, sorry, the penalty he took, the St. Louis Blues scored on. Then after the penalty, he does absolutely nothing. And now the Canucks are going back to the penalty kill. After the Calgary games, I was like, after the Calgary Flames game, they took 4 minor penalties. I said, okay, it's only game 1, get it out. Against the Edmonton Oilers, you take 5. You take 5 penalties. And you somehow get out of that without conceding a power play goal. Partly due to Thatcher Demko. And then tonight, you've now taken 2 more penalties. So in 3 games, you've taken 11 penalties that lead to power plays. Right now, they're 1 for 10. Well, I guess 9 for 10 on penalty kills, so they're 90%, which is great. But look at the context of those penalties. The Canucks up, or they just scored to make it 2-1 against Edmonton, and then they take a penalty. They score in this game to make it 2-1 against St. Louis, they take a penalty. Now they have to score shorthanded. It's Connor Garland with a shot, rebound, and now here comes St. Louis. It's a fucking 4-on-1. I just swore. Great. I'm so pissed. It's a 2-on-1. I try to keep this PG. And I've lost my head. Thoughts on the Vision imploding on Raw? I did not see that coming. If I'm being 100% honest. At least not so soon. Now, apparently Seth Rollins is injured again. He's got some sort of injury to his arm, whether it's a tricep or a bicep. I don't know what the details of that injury is. So he's going to be written off TV. Oh, we got a breakaway. Hold on, it's our best player. It's Kiefer Sherwood to make it 3-2. Woo! Oh, what a goal. Oh my God. What a goal. What a nasty dangle. And Kiefer Sherwood, his 3rd of the season, makes it 3-2. Okay, we're back. Hold on. We got to talk about wrestling more. Shout out to Seth Rollins talking about the Vision. And Kiefer Sherwood. What a play. He's been our best player this season. Our best player tonight absolutely undresses Jordan Binnington. Oh my God. Look at that. Kicks the leg. Couple stick handles. Jordan Binnington doing the splits. Oh my days. Let's go. And Filip Hronek is still pissed in the penalty box. All right. We're getting individual performances, keeping us in games, but the team is still terrible. And we're getting a Kiefer Sherwood chant in Rogers Arena. Absolutely deserved. Oh my goodness. Connor Garland in front for Philip. No, it's not Philip Hedl. That was Jake DeBrusk. Short-handed again. I gotta tweet this out. Sherwood for MVP. But there is still a power play for St. Louis. And it's another turnover. Go on. Sherwood hat trick. Go on. Do it. Do it. Oh, he drops it for Connor. No, Connor shot right at Binnington as the penalty expires. Okay, well, Quinn Hughes with a shot. Stopped by Binnington, and here come the Blues. It's a 2-on-1. Evander Kane hustling. Texier, backdoor, and it's a goal for Nathan Walker. Oh, we can't have nice things in life. We can't have nice things in life. Our team is ass. We can't have nice things in life. And the Blues are now back up by 2. It's just an unfortunate play when Quinn Hughes, pinches for offense. I mean, he does a fantastic job of keeping the puck in. He cuts in for a shot, and instead of having somebody there to cover for him, it's essentially a 3-on-2. It started off as a 2-on-1, then it turns into a 3-on-2, and Texier uses Bukestad as a distraction and slides it to Nathan Walker, who makes it 4-2. It doesn't matter if you have a Vezina best goaltender performance of all time from Demko. It doesn't matter if you have a 2-goal performance from Kiefer Sherwood. If your team's bad, your team's bad. 6 minutes to go here in the second period. Here's Mr. $11.6 million. And he iced the puck. Why can't I just... Why couldn't I have been like a Colorado Avalanche fan? Give me Nathan MacKinnon lifting the Stanley Cup with Landeskog. Why couldn't I have been Chicago Blackhawks fan, even though Patrick Kane is my favorite player of all time? Why can't we have nice things? Here's Neighbors. Backdoor again. Whipped on net by Dylan. Nope, not Dylan Holloway. That was Buchnevich. Brandon Coots now in front. O'Connor deflected away by Binnington. O'Connor backdoor, and here's another odd man rush. No, O'Connor gets back this time. And he makes a great play. And here come the Canucks. It's Braden Coots and Philip Broberg, who just came off the bench. Cuts it out. This third line's been out for a very long time for Vancouver. Here comes St. Louis. Watch out. Atu Ratu coming in, but unable to make a play. Logan Mayhew's in the lineup. Acquired from the Montreal Canadiens. Victor Mancini up the boards. Lacramaki needs to get off. Archie Baines forechecking. The puck falls to Marcus Pettersson, who should probably turn around, but he's going to slap it in anyways. Good little forecheck by Atu Ratu, but his team is still changing. Here's Quinn Hughes now. goes off the boards to, I believe, Ratu, who chips it in for Kiefer Sherwood. Here's Archie Baines. Keeps it alive. Kyrou plays it back to Justin Falk, and I believe we'll start a change potentially. Here's Kyrou. Dylan Holloway. Little chip in front, but Philip Hedl does excellent there on the back check. Archie Baines to Philip Hedl with some space, with some speed. It's Quinn Hughes with the shot. Stopped by Binnington. 3:45 remaining in the second period. Shots heavily in the favor of the St. Louis Blues. And it just seems like no matter what the Canucks do, they just can't get themselves back into this game. They just halt their own momentum, whether that's taking a penalty or, allowing a goal. They just can't get to they just seem to can't, I can't speak. They can't seem to get going. Frustrated. I just got a text from my brother. I don't know if, hold on. Let me see if I can get this on screen. I can't. Is it gonna focus? I can't. Can y'all see that? I'm not gonna say what he texted. Can you? I think you guys can make that out. Uh, there you go. No, hold on. There you go. Y'all can see what he said. Oh man, this is this is the vibe. This is the vibe right now. Oh my goodness, this is. I mean, like what? What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? It's like our highest paid player, is he scoring? No. Is our first line scoring? No. Is our second line scoring? No. Is Quinn Hughes scoring? No. Kiefer Sherwood, fourth line right winger. I said that yes, he needs to replicate his goal scoring, his physicality. He shouldn't be the leading guy on this team. He shouldn't be the leading goal scorer through 3 games. It's unacceptable. Oh my goodness. It's only game 3. It's only game 3. It's only game 3. It's only game 3. They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. Let's stay positive. Thoughts on the Ottawa Senators changing the team logo after so many years? Oh my god, they almost scored again. Buchnevich, it's under Lankinen. Ottawa, they changed the logo like, wasn't it like 3 years ago now? Or something? I don't know how I feel about the new Ottawa logo per se. The old one was pretty nice, but I do like this new one, especially now that their home jerseys are black. I really like the black with the red trim. But if they had this jersey with that old logo, I don't think it would look as nice. This one is very clean. I think the Canucks should replicate them and just go full skate. And at the very least, I don't know why we only use the black skate jersey. Like, why are we not using the white one? Bukestad, wraparound in front. Lankinen can't get a hold of it. Alexander Texier throws it in front. It's off the skate of Myers, who shoots it into the corner. Elias Pettersson now to Tyler Myers. Let's go, Myers. Chaos draft, baby. Go to the net, Connor Garland. So it looks like the Canucks are mixing up the lines here to end the period, unless they're in the middle of a change. It's Myers with a shot and he shoots it wide. Yeah, I think they are mixing up the lines. So we got Pettersson with Connor Garland. I don't know who's on the left. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Big hit by Victor Mancini. Elias Pettersson can't get the puck out. Stopped by Lankinen, who holds. 2:02 remaining in the second period. Shots are 27-18 in favor of the St. Louis Blues. The score is 4-2. Make sure to leave a like on the stream, guys. And make sure to tell a friend if you know anybody who likes to watch the Canucks and who likes to consume YouTube content. Share the channel with them. Oh, I'm going to need it. I'm going to need all the support I can get. Offensive zone draw for the St. Louis Blues here. It's the Snuggerud line with Pew Suter against, I couldn't tell, I think that was Atu Ratu. Here's Victor Mancini moving his feet. Makes a play up to Archie Baines, who tries to slide to Ratu. Colton Parayko intercepts, but it's Kiefer Sherwood for the hat trick. And Binnington with the glove save. Kiefer Sherwood looking for the hat trick. It's a one-man show at this point. Why is our fourth line the best line? Put Sherwood. Actually, no, never mind. I was gonna say put Sherwood with Pettersson, but that's gonna actually do worse for Sherwood than it is for improving Pettersson's play. I'm usually so calm. I'm usually so composed. Oh my goodness. Here's Sherwood. Pucks in his skates. Gets it to Baines at the neutral zone. And Aratu's going to chip it in while the Canucks start a change. If we can get one before the end of the period, that would be ideal. Good little tip by Jake DeBrusk. And it looks like Philip Hedl's getting a shift out here with the top line. Pettersson has been benched to end the period as the puck is shot into the St. Louis bench. I don't think, yeah, because the last line that was out was the fourth line. So it looks like they're going with Elias Pettersson with Lekramacky and Garland? Is that what we're doing now? I mean, if you're Adam Foote, you have to get the blender out. You have to mix up the lines. So right now we have Hedl with DeBrusk and Besser. And it's another game. It's another Elias Pettersson disaster class. Now he can redeem himself with a good third period. It's not going to shadow the fact that he has been very poor in the first 40 minutes of this game. St. Louis wins the draw. 40 seconds left in the second period. The Canucks trying to do something, anything. Robert Thomas throws it back door again. He's done that 3 times in this game. Canucks still can't pick it up. Buchnevich. Three seconds left. Hedl's going to hold on, and that's the end of the second period. Shots 27-19 in favor of the Blues. It's 4-2 St. Louis. After 2 periods. 2 goals by Kiefer Sherwood, putting this team on his back. Make sure to click like on the stream. I need it. I absolutely need it. Look at the body language of Braden Coots. My lord. Send him to Seattle. I mean, not the Kraken. The WHL. Send him back down. Put him on a good team. Look at these guys. You guys are a sad excuse of a hockey team. My goodness. I am. Let's talk about positivity and silver linings, right? Huge silver lining. I didn't go to this game. I was so close. I was so close to buying a ticket to go to this game. I was considering doing some interviews with people in Vancouver, and I saved myself like $150 minus the miscellaneous things. But holy man, this is what other positives can we talk about? Sherwood's fantastic. He's a great player. He's probably going to want to leave. I mean, like, why would he stay? Why would he not hit free agency? Oh my goodness, dude. Positivity. It's only game three. It's only game three. They're only down by two, right? And for this second intermission, we're going to get a very surprise guest, a never before seen on this channel. I don't know how this is going to go because they're a little intoxicated. But here is my brother who has just entered the room. Now, there's not a lot of people active in the chat, but if you want to just give your thoughts on the opening two periods, the camera's here, the mic's here. Just come sit down. Come sit down.
Well, thank you. Hey guys, how's it going? Shout out to my brother for letting me come on here. But from what I've seen tonight so far, um, it's not just about tonight. I was super confident going into the season with our lineup and everything was great, but is that was there? Like there
I
was
believe.
there?
I don't know if he's still in the chat, but yeah, that's him.
um, but what I'm saying is like I'm kind of nervous with the way things are going. The reason why is because like I've seen this past game against Edmonton, we did not play well at all. We didn't. And then tonight, the way we're playing, it's like I don't know. I don't know if it's a lineup issue, but it sucks. But like I think we need to like sign some like a second line player, like second line center. We need that too, and yeah. So that's this is my first time doing this, so I don't know exactly
No,
like
like you're speaking facts. He's speaking facts. Like this team is supposed to be led by a guy who's making $11.6 million,
and he's not doing it.
and
I haven't seen him the last game. Sorry, not to cut you off,
no,
bro.
you're good. You're good.
Not to cut you off, but it's true though, because like he's not playing like the way he's supposed to be. We're also well the way it's going is he put some pounds on, which is fine and stuff like that. But like I got his jersey for a reason. When he first got drafted, I got his jersey for a reason. And the reason why I got his jersey is because like he was my favorite player. And why? Because he was dangling and he was doing like he was so confident the way he was playing.
Dude, he was
and,
nasty. He was
and
nasty.
he was dirty. And now I don't see that. Like I don't see that. Guys, like honestly.
And the thing is, I know it's only game three, but after the Edmonton game, you want some sort of response from not only him specifically, but from the team. And what does he do? He turns the puck over that leads to the first goal.
Yep.
And then he takes a penalty that leads to the second goal.
Yep.
And then he gets benched for Filipino to end the period.
So it's like what the hell is this guy doing? To be honest with you, excuse my language, but realistically, it's like I just miss. I honestly like I miss guys. I miss the Ryan Kessler like the 2011 like series. That's what I miss, and I think about it all the time because I keep these Canucks to a standard, and the standard is that Fukushima was there.
Don't worry
Was,
about that.
yeah, was there doesn't know what the hell's going on.
He doesn't
Eh?
know what the hell's going on. Don't worry about him.
Is water wet?
Yeah, he's asking stupid ass questions.
But yeah, like I don't get it. But like so, like Kiefer Sherwood scored a dirty ass goal,
Holy shit, dude.
dirty shorthanded goal, and sorry, I'm just looking over here, and but it was a sick goal, and I told my dad, and right after that we got scored on.
Dude, literally immediately.
Yeah.
That's happened twice now, where in the Edmonton game, they're down 2-0, and they start the period, like 30 seconds in, they score to make it 2-1. Beautiful. You get a goal, you're back in the game, you're within one.
Yeah.
And you know what happens? They take a fucking penalty. Excuse my language. They take a penalty, and then they kill the momentum.
Excuse language. Stop you.
And then
I saw the poop out of you.
They take a penalty in the Edmonton game. They screw up all their momentum, and they can't get it back. And the Oilers, even though they didn't score, they're gonna continue to hold on to the puck. And look what happens. They can't get their feet moving. They kill their momentum, and they can't get back in the game. Same thing here tonight.
Yeah, tonight too. Same thing. But like, here's the thing: is like Demko is doing everything he can, like for
The Edmonton game.
for the Edmonton game, he's doing everything he can. It's like you only have one player, man. Like you can't rely on one guy. And Hughes, this whole thing about Hughes probably leaving, like if we don't make the playoffs or we're not successful or whatever. The way we're playing, man, I think he's gonna leave.
That's the thing too. Like in the back of my mind, when I see a performance like this, and I see a performance like Edmonton's, it's only 3 games. I don't want to overreact, but when you're performing like this, and even if you look at his performance himself, he's not playing to the standard that we expect.
Yeah.
Like on that play where they score to make it 4-2, he goes and has an opportunity, and he misses. He gets the puck through at least.
Yeah.
But there's no back check. There's no communication.
There's nothing. Like I was watching him like just this past like period.
Yeah, he just went around the net and then.
Well, he was trying to like pass the puck or whatever. Like he's trying to do his thing, right? But he's not like. But it's like there's so much like miscommunication. It's insane. So it's like, how does it work? Like you need to like figure it out. Right?
And so going into this game, they made a bit of a change with the top 6. They put Kane on the Hedo line.
Mm-hmm.
They put Kane on the Hedo line for Archie Baines, and I think that was the right play because you look at the 4th line, Archie Baines, Atu Ratu, and Kiefer Sherwood are the best Canucks on the ice. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And then
forwards wise,
yeah. And then you look at the 3rd line. They're just a non-factor right now. You're expecting Braden Coots to go up against freaking Braden Shen. First, it's McDavid and Draisaitl and Nugent Hopkins against Edmonton. Now you're putting him against Braden Shen and Robert Thomas, and he's getting absolutely fried out there. Yeah. And then now in the top 6, you make a change. You put your $11.6 million guy on the bench to end the period with Filipino.
Yeah.
So what do you expect?
Yeah, well, it is what it is, I guess. So this is what we're going with right now. So we'll see this 3rd period. Hopefully they pull up because we need it. Like bad. Like ASAP. Because like here's the thing, is like the biggest thing in the NHL, excuse me, in the NHL is if you kind of poop the bed in the beginning, you're done for the season. That's how it is in the NHL. That's how it is.
Unless you're the Oilers, which you're not. That is what it is.
I hate the Oilers, so don't say the Oilers.
Well, I mean, look at the last 2 seasons. They started like garbage, and then they make the finals. But we're not the Oilers.
We're not.
This team is not the Oilers. They're the Canucks, and they're.
By the way, this guy loved the Chicago Blackhawks. So
yeah, because they were a great team, and they had
at the time. Now they suck, which I love.
And
no, but
I'm back home.
No, but Yeah, I'm back home.
I'm back home.
But here's the thing: he's always loved the Canucks. He always has. I remember like he was a little kid, like we'd go to a Canucks game together and stuff. It's all good. It's all good. We're Canucks fans. But what I'm saying is, I think that I don't know what I'm saying. Now it's just like,
Well,
no,
there's nothing to say. These guys,
they need to pull their weight, and like they have to. Otherwise, Hughes is gonna leave. And the reason why I'm saying that Hughes is gonna leave is because like as a like a sports fan, like kind of like that, I think he will. Honestly, I think he will, because like you can't be in a city that's declining. You know what I mean? Like sports wise, they're like you have like you have to pick it up, and like that's how you win, or not win, but like that's how you like figure it out and like be successful. Like look at Colorado. Colorado was bad for so long, and they started winning like in playoffs and stuff, and then after that they started killing it, right? And Florida, like here's the thing with Florida. Florida is such a like a it's a state where it's so hot. Nobody wants to play hockey there because it's hot. Like, come on. Like Disney World is there. Come on. Like, who wants to play hockey there? And then you start winning, which is what happened the past couple of years. And then, you know,
yeah, you build a culture there of winning.
You build a culture.
It's literally like
My brother's right. He's like, you got to build a culture. Once you build a culture, which is true, because like if you think about what we had here in 2011, I remember seeing what's his name's interview, Dale Weiss on YouTube. He had an interview, and what he said was, he said that his first year, which was 2012, in Vancouver, they went for an away game, and the Sedins, what they did was they told everybody to shut up. Like they were on the bus, they told everybody to shut up, and they were like, okay, so we're all gonna go for dinner at this time. Everybody get ready, and we'll go out. So that's what culture is, and you build that around your team. And even if you're not like fresh on the team, like you like, I mean, like you might be like brand new, like who knows, you might be there from a trade or whatever. It is what it is. But what I'm saying is that's what builds that culture. Like that's what makes you want to win. And you have that leadership. You have that. You have that animosity towards other teams. But you still have that respect, right? So you have like all these components that wants you to like win against these teams. So yeah.
yeah, man. I mean, like if we're talking about a culture here, I mean, you look at 2 years ago, these guys are top of the league. You have you know you have success, and winning really changes everything. But what that winning did was it overshadowed the problems, and we saw all the problems come out last year when they weren't winning.
Which is sad because you think about this too. The NHL is a big league, very very big league. But you think about how the Canucks became a big talk of the league, in the sense that like JT Miller and Pedersen, like, well, whatever, like who, like you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Like you think about that stuff, right? Which is insane. Was there? Shut up.
I don't even know if he's still in. I think
I
he's
don't
just taking this in. Yeah.
Yeah, Scott Rowe gonna be lit. This guy's never seen me before on here.
I don't know if he's still in. And if he is, you can drop a question. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens in the third period.
Yeah.
On the bright side, it's only 2 goals. If you get one early, you can get another one and tie this game.
Yeah. So I'm gonna watch that downstairs. And favorite type of Halloween candy.
Go on. What's your favorite type
Alright, cuz. Kit Kat.
of Halloween? There you go.
There you go.
All right.
Who won the Drake or Kendrick beef?
Oh Jesus.
Alright. I'm gonna answer all these. Well, honestly,
Well,
answer these
half
for
of
you.
them you don't even know.
Well, doesn't matter. I think is he even on here?
I don't know. He was. I don't know if he still is.
Yo, no, you can't. No, no, he has to. He has to reply.
No, I'm just checking.
Hello. Thoughts on the Ottawa Senators players? Yeah, shut up. Who's there? What do you say?
No, I don't think he's in
No. All right. Well, you suck, buddy.
anymore. All right. Well, the third period is about to begin. So thank you very much for your input.
I'm heading out. I'm
Enjoy,
heading downstairs.
enjoy the game. Enjoy the disaster class that is the Canucks.
Oh.
Holy. I know it's only game 3, but I think a crash out like that was needed. Kiefer Sherwood with the Michael Jackson gloves underneath his mitts. Let's just stay positive. It's a new period. I'm sure Adam Foote's going to change up the lines. They're only down by 2. Just get one relatively early. You just need one in the first 10 minutes, even 15 minutes. And then you give yourself a chance to tie the game at the end of the game. Let's relax. This breakaway goal by Sherwood was so nasty. And we're going to potentially throw that away. And puck drop is underway here in the third period. The Canucks starting with their fourth line, which has been their best line. Archie Baines down low. Ratu falls in the crease. Here's DPD Elias Pettersson. Tyler Myers now for Connor Garland. Dumps the puck in. Pareko now hit by Elias Pettersson. So this line is now... So they've just swapped the two centers. So Philip Hedl has been promoted to the top line with Jake DeBrusk and Brock Besser. And Elias Pettersson has been put with Evander Kane and Connor Garland, which still can be a very good line. So, not the end of the world. It's not like he's playing with third liners or anything, but... And they just said that Pettersson's looking for his first shot of the night. Philip Hedl across the ice for Brock Besser. A bit of a weird bounce, but Besser puts it into the into the back behind the net. And St. Louis is going to ice the puck here, I believe. No, they waved it off. Interesting. Phil Hronek up the boards. A little tip play into Jake DeBrusk with some speed, who's going to chip and chase. I believe as the Canucks start a change. Braden Shen behind his own net. Turned over by St. Louis in the neutral zone. Here comes Vancouver. O'Connor and Lekramacky get in each other's way, and the Canucks turn it over. Good little back check there from Drew O'Connor. Elias Pettersson, I believe that is. No, it's Marcus Pettersson. Hitting Nathan Walker down into the boards as the Canucks get the puck out. Let's just get bodies in front and let's get some pucks to the net. Binnington has not been swallowing up all these rebounds. He's been giving the Canucks opportunities to whack at the puck. Here's Elias Pettersson who shoots it in. Let's just keep it simple. If we can't get, sustained offense, let's just keep it simple. Here's Ratu. Chips it in behind the St. Louis net. Here is a one-timer by Elias Pettersson. That was blocked. Snuggerud tries to chip it in behind him, but Tyler Myers will pick up the puck. Connor Garland tips the puck in. Jordan Binnington going to play the puck. It's intercepted by Elias Pettersson. Connor Garland now in front for Evander Kane. Rebound, Elias Pettersson. His first shot of the game, and it almost goes in. That's a fantastic save by Jordan Binnington. Couple of good plays. Here's Evander Kane from Elias Pettersson. Rebound. Where's the puck? It's under Jordan Binnington, who swallows it for a face-off. Okay, that's pretty, that's good. Good production. First, Connor Garland, unmarked, throws it in front. Evander Kane can't get the shot away. He feels like he's high-sticked. Elias Pettersson then gets a whack at it, stopped by Binnington. The puck finds Elias Pettersson again, who hooks it in front for Evander Kane, and it's stopped by Binnington. So already, this new look line looks to be an effective line as Snuggerud gets hit by Sherwood. If you're generating chances, I can't believe we're going down to this kind of level, but we just need a line that has Elias Pettersson to generate chances. So that's a start. That's a good start. And there's a turnover. Puck is behind the Canucks net here. Thrown in front. Deflected though. And Lekramacky can't cleanly get it to O'Connor, but O'Connor picks it up and tries to dump it in, but it's blocked by the Blues, and Texier is going to slide it back into the Canucks end. Kevin Lankinen to Mancini, who quickly goes to Marcus Pettersson. Up the boards looking for, I believe that was Lekramacky, and couldn't get it. Here's Nathan Walker, the latest goal scorer in this game. Suter feathers it in front, looking for Joseph. Unable to get a whack at it. Parayko's shot stopped by Lankinen. Rebound in the corner. Mancini's going to shovel it to Marcus Pettersson. And a turnover between Canucks defensemen. And they take another penalty. Oh my god. So Mancini goes around to Marcus Pettersson, who tries to go up to the boards, but Snuggerud does a good job. And then Coots and Pettersson friggin' tackle each other. And then Drew O'Connor puts a stick in the skates, and there's another stupid penalty. All started by Jimmy Snuggerud. Jimmy Snuggerud, looking for the hat trick, is on the power play. Keeps the puck in. Here's Braden Shen. It's a partial 3-on-2 in the zone. It's a shot stopped by Lankinen. Robert Thomas can't corral it. Jimmy Snuggerud Snuggerud down low. Robert Thomas spins away from Myers. Now behind the net. Snuggerud. Snuggerud down to Robert Thomas. Feathers it across. Cam Fowler shot stopped by Lankinen. A very good save from Kevin Lankinen. Snuggerud, Robert Thomas, fans on it. Myers gets a piece of it, but not all of it. Now it falls to Phil Peronic, who slams it down the ice. Here's Jordan Kyrou with speed. He actually loses the puck. Jake DeBrusk forces him back. Connor Garland hounding down the St. Louis Blues in their own end. Kyrou throws it around the net. Elias Pettersson with a collision. It falls to Jake Neighbors. This is their second unit. This is crazy. Justin Falk, Jake Neighbors, fakes the shot, takes the shot, and it goes off of the blocker of Lankinen. But it's still in the Canucks' end. It's Jake Neighbors. Left now for Justin Falk on the right half wall. A bit of a push there by Elias Pettersson. Dylan Holloway gets it to Pius Suter. Back to Dylan Holloway. Dylan Holloway on the backhand for Pius Suter. Can't get a clean connection on it. The penalty is now over, but St. Louis still has the puck. Holloway shot. His stick explodes on the shot. Here's Drew O'Connor. Out of the box. That's got to be a penalty. And the Canucks are going to their first power play of the night. Here's Brock Besser on the backhand. Puts it wide. Quinn Hughes now looking to hold on to the puck. St. Louis will touch. 12:01 remaining in the third period. And the Canucks are going to the power play. .12:01 remaining in the third period. It's now or never. 12 minutes to go. You get your first power play of the night. What else do you want? What else do you want? If they don't at least press at the end of this game and give the St. Louis Blues a run for their money, this review is going to be very, very frustrating and very angry, and yeah, there's going to be potentially a lot of bleeping I'm going to have to do. So let's see what power play unit Adam Foote goes with. I mean, obviously it's going to be the top one, and we know that Hughes is going to be at the helm, but I want to see if they're going to put Lekkerimäki on the left half wall, because last game we just weren't getting really anything going on the power play. And how I would say is you have Hughes at the top, you put DeBrusk on front of the goalie, or Evander Kane, one of the two. Besser, even though I want him on the left half wall, now that we have Lekkerimäki, keep him in the slot. Pettersson on the right half wall, and Lekkerimäki on the left half wall. That is your best group of guys to score a goal in the National Hockey League. Evander Kane on the left half wall that's not his thing. Put him in front of the net. So, Kiefer Sherwood, in between the commercial timeout here, it looks like he's got some sort of lingering lower body injury. So it's Hedel, DeBrusk. So they've gone with Hedel on the left half wall instead of Evander Kane. Not upset at it. I don't agree with it. At least it's a change. Here's Philip Hedel. And what a terrible drop pass. Why would you do that so close and tight? Like, I know it's Quinn Hughes, but geez, talk about a suicide pass. Oh, talk about a hospital pass. That, yeah, I'm not making money on this anyways, but let's not use words like that. Here's Philip Hedel, who stumbles. gets the puck back. Pedersen lets it go for Brock Besser. And now we got players all over the park. It's thrown in front. And Elias Pettersson can't get a stick on it. Elias Pettersson attacked by Philip Broberg. I don't know if St. Louis just did their homework, but they were like, the moment that Elias Pettersson gets the puck, we're going to press, we're going to put him under pressure, and we're going to make it difficult for him, because I guess maybe his confidence is so bad that teams are like, we're just going to go right at him. Evander Kane now, the second unit's out, and there goes the puck. 45 seconds remaining on this Vancouver power play. Can't get set up. 10:40 remaining in the third period. We got the second unit out. Connor Garland, Jonathan Lecker-Mackey's out there. Back to the point. Philip Hronek, Braden Coots. Back to Philip Hronek. Garland, shot stopped. Evander Kane can't get the rebound. Now it's Kane. Kane using his body, trying to power to the front of the net. I don't blame him. There was no pass option there. I don't blame him for that. 10 seconds to go on this power play. Can the Canucks at least gain the zone? It's Connor Garland. Cuts inside. Connor Garland with a shot. Rebound! And it's stopped by Binnington. And St. Louis will clear. And they're going to call that icing. Interesting. I thought that was as the penalty expired, but Connor Garland just creating something with his feet. Quick little move to the inside on Logan Mailloux. And he tries to go low blocker. And even on the rebound, it hit the back end of his blade, so it went towards the middle of the net. St. Louis ice the puck. Robert Thomas is out there against Atu Ratu. He's going to win that draw. I believe that was Logan Mailloux with a little dump out for Dylan Holloway. That was almost a 2-on-1 for St. Louis. Here's Tyler Myers. Elias Pettersson drives it in for Kiefer Sherwood. And then Archie Baines gets his stick tangled with the St. Louis defenseman. That's going to be offside on the Blues. 9:22 remaining in the third period. Shots are 33-24 in favor of the Blues. The score is 4-2. The Canucks are running out of time. So, like always, make sure to leave a like on the stream and subscribe for more. This isn't going to be the last stream of the season. This isn't even going to be the last stream of the month. I'm targeting that Pittsburgh Penguin game. I will reconfirm the date right now. I believe it is not next week. No, it might be next week, next Wednesday or Tuesday. Schedule. The Vancouver Canucks. So yeah, the next game that I'll be able to live stream will be Tuesday the 21st against the Penguins in Pittsburgh. So more likely than not, I will be live for that game. The Canucks do have a back-to-back here coming up. So they play Dallas on Thursday, Chicago on Friday. I mean, ideally, you want to be 2-1 heading into that Dallas game, because if you lose to Dallas, it's the Dallas Stars, so it's okay. Then you're 2-2, and then you go against Chicago, which you should win to make it 3-2, and so you're still, above 50% in terms of your win-loss. But it looks like the Canucks are potentially going to be at a 1-2 record heading into that Dallas game, which things could spiral south very, very fast for this team. The best Pettersson tonight has been Elias Pettersson, the youngest of the three. Who's been the worst? Mr. 11.6. Good little deflection by Brock Besser. And Jake DeBrusk is after it. Now it falls to Besser. Back to the point. Tyler Myers' shot blocked, and it goes out of play. That was a nifty little tip-in by Besser. Canucks are running out of time, man. They're running out of time. Elias Pettersson wins the draw. Here's Evander Kane. The puck just not bouncing the Canucks' way, and here comes... I don't know who that was. That must be Snuggerud. I think it was Pius Suter, actually. You got number 22 and 21 on this line. Here's Evander Kane. Besser. Nope, that's Hronek, sorry. Back to Evander Kane. Throws it in front for Elias Pettersson. It comes out for Quinn Hughes. Hughes is going to have to do something magical here. He hits the post. Tried to go short side. He hits the post. Philip Hronek. Evander Kane sweeps the puck across the blue paint. And the puck goes all the way down the ice. Snuggerud on the forecheck. He will now go for a change. Some good chances. I like this Kane, Pettersson, and Garland line a lot better than the DeBrusk, Besser, and Pettersson line, just because they're creating something with PD on the ice, and it's not really PD doing anything, so it is what it is. Connor Garland. Back to Mancini. Mancini spins. He loses an edge. But at the very least, Braden Coots is back. As Robert Thomas with the shot, it gets deflected off the stick of Marcus Pettersson. In front now. Neighbors to Logan Mailloux. Is his name Logan? I'm just assuming. It sounds like a Logan Mailloux. Jonathan Lekermacki. Fans on the puck. Can't get it out. Canucks go for a change. Here is Marcus Pettersson. 7:18 remaining in the third. He slams it into the St. Louis end. Fourth line comes out here for Vancouver. Is that going to be icing? No, they wave it off. Here's Tyler Myers with some speed. Some momentum. It's Chaos Giraffe. Archie Baines, that's offside. That's offside. 7:01 remaining in the third period. The Canucks looking like they're going to fall to 1-2 on the season. Great move here by Hughes. Gets it onto his forehand. Binnington with a piece of it. And it dribbles onto the near post over there. Tyler Myers hounded here by Alexander Texier. Elias Pettersson to Atu Ratu. Chips it and goes for a chase, or not really much of a chase after he chipped it in. Elias Pettersson knocks it down. St. Louis now gaining the zone. Is Dylan Holloway. And I believe the Canucks ice it. 6.5 minutes remaining in the third period. The Canucks need 2 goals. Let's start with one. And they're showing a graphic between Makar and Hughes. Makar with 2 Norris Trophy wins to Hughes' 1. Makar with 431 points to Hughes' 406. I mean, the fact that Makar is always on the ice, well, not always, but usually on the ice with McKinnon and very talented players, and the fact that Quinn Hughes is pretty much out there for the last 4 seasons with JT Miller and Brock Besser primarily. It's a little bit of a gap between players, you know. I mean, McKinnon's all right, but he's no JT Miller, right? This is what it's come down to. Speaking of Quinn Hughes, he has the puck. Here's Philip Hedl with a shot. Sharp angle. Stopped by Binnington. Hughes across to Philip Hronek. Hronek Dick Brusk with a little tip by Philip Hedl, and it's very easily saved by Jordan Binnington. Well, just under 6 minutes to go. Leave a like on the stream. Make sure to hit subscribe for some more hockey, Vancouver Canucks, Vancouver sports content. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Demoralized is the word I'm going to use. Finn is doing some really weird things to a turkey right now. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Well, we can start off with potentially against Dallas. We can start with these lines. Fourth line has to stay the same. Um, Quinn Hughes with the puck. I think keep the top six how it is now. The third line is kind of just doing a whole lot of nothing right now, I'm not going to lie. Drew O'Connor, Braden Coots, Jonathan Lekramacky. Maybe you promote Lekramacky and move down Garland. I wouldn't mind a Garland Coots O'Connor line. So you keep the fourth line the same. You go, oh, hold on. Jake DeBrusk powering to the net. And it's stopped by Binnington. A one-timer by Philip Hronek. Shot deflected and out of play. So yeah, going into Dallas, you probably do the fourth line the same. Third line, you go O'Connor, Coots, and Garland. Second line, I would go with that would leave Kane, Pedersen, Lekramacky. First line, DeBrusk, Hedel, Besser. Jake DeBrusk, like just very simple. They give you space on the ice, just take that space. And that's what DeBrusk did there. A very good block by Joseph on Philip Hronek. Shot by Mancini. Stopped by Binnington. Connor Garland, bullied to the ice. Robert Thomas. It's in the Canucks end here. Marcus Pedersen. A little deflection from Connor Garland, but Canucks can't cleanly get it out onto their own stick. St. Louis puts it back in. Mancini for Elias Pettersson. Loses the board battle, but it falls to Mancini. Here's Evander Kane at the end of his shift. Just going to chip and chase here. Mayu takes a bit of a hit. Connor Garland can't whack the puck out of the air, and Buchnevich is going to dump it in. And it looks like both teams are going to start a change. Here's Philip Hronek not wasting any time, though. Quinn Hughes off his skate. Loses the puck, though. 4:18 left in the game. Canucks down by 2. Ratu tries to chip it in, and Archdeep Baines is in an offside position. St. Louis shoots it back in for Nick Bjugstad. Now it's Nathan Walker. Nick Bjugstad puts it in front, and nobody can get to it. Is that a penalty? The stick is in the hands of Ratu, but the ref doesn't call it. Shot on. Saved by Lankinen. Let go for Quinn Hughes. Philip Hronek still on the ice. Here's Brock Besser. And there goes Kevin Lankinen already. 3.5 minutes left in this game. Can the Canucks conjure any sort of opportunity? It's Victor Mancini out there. Mancini shot blocked. And it's Kiefer Sherwood now with the puck. So it's Sherwood, Besser, Pettersson, DeBrusk, Hughes, and Mancini on the ice. Pettersson throws it in front. Besser can't get a stick on it. Mancini back to Pettersson. Pettersson now looking. Quinn Hughes shot blocked into the corner. It's behind the net, actually. The Canucks have to win this board battle, and they lose it off the glass. And it's going to go all the way down. Quinn Hughes collects. Elias Pettersson with a little bit of a pick. Ref's not going to call it. Kiefer Sherwood can't cleanly control it. It falls to Quinn Hughes in the slot. Quinn Hughes! Rebound! It falls to Jordan Binnington, who holds. And this should be a timeout called here by Adam Foote. What is this guy's obsession with having two defensemen out on a 6-on-5 or a 6-on-4 at the end of a game? Why is Mancini out there and not Lekkerimäki? Adam Foote, my patience is running out. And now Philip Hronek's out there. Is this a timeout? Are we not taking a timeout? What are we doing? We're not taking a timeout. Okay. 2.5 minutes to go. Now it's Kane, Hedl, Garland, Lekkerimäki, Hronek, and Hughes. So no Pettersson, no Besser, no DeBrusk. I mean, they were just out there, so it makes sense. But Lekkerimäki out here with essentially the second unit. If he scores, if Lekkerimäki scores here, we're going to have problems, Foote. We're going to have problems. Here's Lekkerimäki. Back to the point. Hronek. Quinn Hughes one-timer, which we don't see very often. And the puck gets sent all the way down into the empty net. And Jake Neighbors scores to make it 5-2 St. Louis. And that's all she wrote. That is all she wrote. Quinn Hughes takes a one-timer with a bunch of traffic in front. No chance of getting through. And Neighbors flips it up down the ice. And the Canucks are going to lose. Back-to-back games. And it's not the fact that they lost that is frustrating me and a lot of the fan base, well, even though a lot of the fan base probably are mad at the fact that they just are losing. It's the manner in which they lost. You might as well call this a 5-0 game. The two Sherwood goals came out of nowhere. Here's Pettersson. $11.6 million. Let's go, buddy. Back to Marcus Pettersson, who shoots it out of play. Or was that Elias? I think that was Marcus. 1:48 to go. Fans are leaving. Can somebody show some sort of backbone other than Kiefer Sherwood, please? My headache is back. The side of my head is pulsating right now. Pettersson, Besser, and okay, that's probably nope. They didn't call that interference. Okay, Marcus Pettersson just takes out this guy, and no call. Nathan Walker down low. Texier. Yeah, and they just pointed out on the broadcast they beat Calgary in Calgary, and now they beat Vancouver in Vancouver. Two teams that they are going to be competing with for a playoff spot at some point this season. It's the hope that kills you, man. It's the hope that does you in. It's only game 3. It's only game 3. It's only game 3. Lakramaki's shot gets deflected. 33.2 seconds left in this game. "20 seconds to go in this game. Elias Pettersson, Tyler Myers, Braden Coots. You're playing the young guys now. 3 seconds left. And the Vancouver Canucks lose 5-2 to the St. Louis Blues. You know what? Let's just do the review live. I'm just going to do the review live right now. I don't think there's anybody in the chat for questions, so I'm not going to ask for any questions. We're just going to do the review live right now. And I'll just download this video after. And we will we'll go from there. I'm going to hide the chat because I don't know what's going on there. There you go. So, I still don't know what I'm going to title this video. But in the last game against the Edmonton Oilers, I had said, it doesn't matter to me that they lost. It's the manner in which how they lost that was frustrating to me. And so you would expect going into this game against the St. Louis Blues, who realistically you're going to be competing with more than Edmonton, more than Vegas. You know, it's people like, or teams like it's teams like the LA Kings, the Calgary Flames, the St. Louis Blues. Hell, you want to throw in Seattle, Anaheim, who else in the Central? Maybe Utah, or if they do anything, there's that. Those are the teams you're competing against. So the fact that they lost to Edmonton and the fact that they play Edmonton again in this month is not really much of a concern to me. It's the other games. You come back home against St. Louis. You have last change. And when I'm saying this, I'm specifically talking about Adam Foote. Adam Foote had a terrible game today. He got outcoached by Jim Montgomery. There was too many times where, for whatever reason, we had Atu Ratu and Braden Coots against Braden Shen and not against Bukestad and not against Pew Suter, which granted, Atu Ratu, his line with Kiefer Sherwood and Archie Baines were the Canucks' best line tonight. And to be fair, the bottom six for St. Louis, the Pew Suter line in particular with Snuggerud and Matthew Joseph, were also probably their best line. But if we're talking about quality of players, the St. Louis Blues top six didn't need to do anything tonight because the Canucks just didn't really, they weren't much of a threat. You throw out the Pettersson line, which is Pettersson, DeBrusk, Besser, which started this game. And then you throw out the Hedel line, which is Hedel, Kane, and Garland. And then to end the second period, Adam Foote swaps Hedel and Elias Pettersson. Granted, I thought the Pettersson, Kane, Garland line created a lot of chances in the third period. However, that wasn't due to Elias Pettersson. That was more due to the other two guys. And I'm somebody who supports Elias Pettersson. I think that when he's on at his best, he is a top 10 center in this league. But we haven't seen that for 85 games now? Well, yeah, we can say 85, whatever. He's making $11.6 million. He got benched towards the end of the period, second period, and he got put on a different line. Then you have this third line, which is Drew O'Connor, Braden Coots, Jonathan Lekromacki, who consistently, I know it's the NHL, I know there's tough matchups, but consistently I've seen them put in bad matchups. Braden Coots against McDavid. Granted, you're away, so that's fine. But at home, Braden Coots against Braden Shen. Why is that? Why is that a thing? We're talking about one of the best two-way centers in the league. Well, there's Robert Thomas and Braden Shen, who are two of the best two-way centers in the league, going up against Braden Coots. Now, I think Braden Coots is a fantastic player. He deserved to be on this team because of the preseason. But depending on the length of the Teddy Bluger injury, we're going to have to put Braden Coots in these situations, and he's just not up to the task. And that's not his fault. Jonathan Lekromacki, I said, deserved better after the Edmonton game. What did they do in this game to justify or rectify the fact that he wasn't out there for the 6-on-4? He wasn't on power play 1. He was on power play 2 for like 40 seconds. At the end of the game, the Canucks pull the goalie. It's 6-on-5. We have Kiefer Sherwood, who scored 2 goals, granted, so he absolutely deserved to be out there. We go back to the line that wasn't working with DeBrusk, Besser, and Pettersson. And then you have Hughes at the top, which is fine, and Victor Mancini. Filip Hronek goes off the ice, and Victor Mancini comes on. Now, I'm assuming that Sherwood was the extra attacker, so that's where the kind of mishap happened. But if you know you're pulling the goalie anyways, put out your best forwards who's going to score a goal. Victor Mancini, playing his first game of the season, is not the answer. Quinn Hughes was not great tonight. Let's just call it for what it is. And I don't really know how to react to that because last season, even if the Canucks were playing bad, Quinn Hughes was playing good. That's kind of how I felt after the Calgary game where he didn't get a point. I thought he played good. He wasn't like outstanding. He wasn't first star of the night like he was last season. Against Edmonton, he got isolated. He got shut down, whatever. It's one game against Edmonton. But now, back-to-back games. Now against the St. Louis Blues. Stupid turnovers behind his own net. Turnovers just in the defensive end that we're just not used to seeing with him. I'm not going to make any premature claims or statements on Quinn Hughes and how he feels with this Canucks team, but he needs to be better. The rest of the decor was mediocre. Tyler Myers with a stupid turnover on the penalty kill. Like, make a play on the puck. Why are you trying to handle it behind your own net on the penalty kill? Kevin Lankinen, I'm not going to lie, that first goal, maybe should have had. Maybe. And other than that, he was left out to dry. I thought I don't know. There's a couple goals where he didn't really react well. Like the first goal, he kind of just squared up with the shooter and he didn't like put an arm out or anything. Same thing on the not Robert Thomas, the Braden Shen goal. Kind of just squared up and didn't put a glove up or anything. So I know things happen quickly, so it's not really his fault. I'm not going to blame Lankinen for any of this. Mancini was whatever. Elias Pettersson was pretty good, actually. He was probably the best defenseman tonight. Maybe behind Marcus Pettersson, but I'd give the edge to Elias. It's game 3. It's only game 3. But now you go on the road. You play Dallas on Thursday in Dallas. Then you play Chicago in Chicago on Friday. Now, the Dallas game becomes all the more important. And if they lose that Dallas game, the pressure that these guys are going to be on, or that these guys are going to be under in Chicago on Friday against a Chicago team who is scoring goals this season on the second half of a back to back, there's going to be a ton of pressure if they don't win in Dallas on Thursday. The penalties that these guys take, I mean, it's not necessarily the type of penalty they're taking or the style that they're doing it. It is too many stick infractions, but it's the context, the timing of it all. You just get a goal to make it 2-1. You then take a penalty, Mr. $11.6 million. You then take a penalty, and then St. Louis scores to make it 3-1. Is that how it worked? Is that how it happened? That was the... Shoot, I can't remember now. So it was... I can't remember, actually. I'm going to have to cut that out. But it's just the fact that when these guys get momentum, we get our first goal of the game, we get our first sustained possession in the offensive end. These guys will either allow a goal or they'll take a penalty. And what it does is it screws up the momentum of this team. And this team is not good enough to just pop in and pop out with good performances. They need to have a good full 60 minutes. And we've only seen that. We haven't even seen that against Calgary. We had a good 20 minutes to end that game. That was not a 5-1. No, it wasn't a 5-1 game. It wasn't. The Canucks just got a lucky break with the Kevin Ball deflection off the back of his head that the referees didn't call dead. And it's you get a couple more goals on Calgary, who had played Edmonton the night before. You play a rested Edmonton team, you get absolutely destroyed. You play St. Louis, who is somewhat rested, but again on a road trip, and you're at home, and you play like that. Unacceptable. Elias Pettersson, I wouldn't say I'm your number one defender. I am very lenient with you. Tonight was an absolute disgrace of a performance. Turnover that leads to the first goal. Penalty that leads to the second goal or third goal, whatever it was. You come back up on the ice and you do nothing about it. You get benched at the end of the second period. You start the third period on a new line. The new line produces, but not because of you. Yes, you threw the puck into the slot. Congratulations. I could do that for $11.6 million. It was because of Kane and Garland creating chances that line got any sort of offensive opportunities. What do you do? What do you do? What is the money for? Did you win some faceoffs tonight? Yes. Great. You're a center. That's your job. You had 0 shots until the third period, where it was, a broken play. And to be fair, it was a very good save by Bennington. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. And if you're not going, that means Besser's not going to be going. That means DeBrusk is not going to be going. Vander Kane's not going to be going. I mean, we saw it twice tonight where Kane and DeBrusk just took the puck themselves to the net because they're like, I'm not playing through my center. My centers can't do jack. I don't know. Have to get that off my chest. It's a Game 3 crash out. I don't know what I'm going to title this video. It might be Game 3 crash out or 11.6 million or something. I don't know. But that is going to be it for this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. The Canucks take on the Dallas Stars on Thursday. I will not be live streaming that game. My next live stream might be next Tuesday against the Pittsburgh Penguins. But again, I'll let you guys know on this channel as well as my TikTok. Link is in the description below. Like always, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. Peace. Is there anybody in the chat? I'm genuinely curious. No, there's nobody. All right. Stream's done.